Greetings for the viewers who decided to join us today. I am Miklos Gal and we are going to see who is going to be the first ever GP4 Offline champion, and this race will be decided between Joshua Anderson and Josep Villos because these are the two drivers who are still able to obtain the first ever championship title in this series. The two contenders are starting at 8 and 9 position. Villos is having that advantage over Anderson. And let's not forget about Will Neller, obviously, who took the pole position. Then Kevin Bryce, Evan Byrne and Jack Boyman is completing the first four. I'm also curious about if the championship fighter's teammate will help them. Basically, these two drivers will be Kevin Bryce and Jack Boyman. I'm not sure if these drivers are wanting to give up on their first, second or third position only to favor their teammate, but who knows, maybe they work as a team to be able to obtain that title for their teammates. We are going to have a dry race, so weather won't play a key factor, unlike the strategies, the pit stops and everything else, and not to forget about the start. Here we can see Will Neller and Kevin Bryce next to him. And the last race of the first ever GP4 Offline Championship is underway. It's a very nice start from Will Neller, and as I can see, he might still take the lead and keep the lead. Bryce is a bit too far for that and he's not able to get it, as a big fight occurred in the back of the gate. So far there is no crashes, which is always good, and already Kevin Bryce is taking the lead from Will Neller. He had a better exit from the second and third corner, and Kevin Bryce is taking the lead and Will Neller is attacking him back. Neller is trying in the inside line, but he's not in front of him, he's not next to him, and Bryce is taking the lead, and this might be a key point. Boyman is third, so the two championship contenders teammates are being in a very good position. This is Anderson, who actually improved the position, and where is actually Villos? Where is Josep Villos? Because he was starting in front of Anderson and now Villos has disappeared. Let's not forget, only the first 8 drivers are getting points this season, and Anderson is leading by 2 points. If there would be a tie between the two drivers as for the points, then the wins would decide, but both of the drivers have 4 wins, so then comes the podiums, and Anderson is an advantage compared to Villos as for podiums because he has 10 while Villos has only 9. By the way, I say only, but both of the numbers are amazing. And Boyman is attacking already. Neller, the McLaren seems a bit faster now than the Ferrari. Maybe there's a pit stop difference, a fuel difference, we don't know that yet, but one thing is for sure, that basically Boyman is taking second place away from Will Neller. As for the championship, this is not so crucial, but Anderson's 7th place is, and as I can see, Villos is only coming at 11th or 12th, and for that position there are no points, so Joshua Anderson is so far winning the championship, but it's too soon to talk about that because still 69 laps remaining. Lots of fights are going on and Anderson have to be careful. Kuba is attacking him, he has to be careful, he can't retire from the race so soon, or he can't retire from the race at all unless his closest rival are finishing outside the points. Here is Iri Mata, who is having a pretty impressive season with the Honda. You know, the Honda is not the strongest car on the field, not even the second or third. So with that 6th place, Mata is showing us something, and basically in the whole season he is showing something. I think he will have a great chance with McLaren next season because he's going to McLaren and he can prove his skills and his worth. We will see how this will go for him. And as you guys can see, 71 laps the race is. It's a pretty long race, but the track is not the longest, so the 300 kilometer distance and also the 1.5 hour race distance is still on, not shorter nor longer. Kevin Bryce had the fastest lap with the Renault, just showing us how much potential is in the Renault, while Mata is doing an overtake, taking 5th place already. And here is Josep Villos taking 8th place, so it worth a point now. With that point he's still not overtaking Joshua. The most important thing you have to look at, while we are looking at Anderson taking 6th place already, so he's fleeing from Villos, trying to run away from him and create such a big gap that the McLaren driver won't be able to attack him. I have to tell one thing, Anderson must finish 2 places above Willows. I will tell that later, just we are going back to the live screen and basically jumping to lap 4. So he have to finish 2 positions above him unless he finishing first, second or third, because between these positions 2 points gap is possible to get. So the thing what I wanna say, unless these drivers are finishing in the top 3, Anderson must finish 2 places above his nearest rivals. Rival exactly, because basically Bryce is not really in the contention anymore. But that third place is beautiful for him in the title standing in the first place as well. Here we can see in the left how much positions these drivers gain compared to his starting position, and Azul Zafri took 4. I mean 3 positions, I'm being 4th right now. He's having a good race already, and Boyman is closing the gap continuously on Colin Bryce. So, which car is the stronger now? The McLaren or the Renault? Because Boyman is selling the fastest lap now, but thanks to the split stream as well. We don't know the strategies yet because we don't have that kind of information, as Mata is taking 4th position already from Azul Zafri. That BMW is not that bad either, but the Honda is supposed to be worse, so Mata is showing us some great skills here. As you can see, Rook is attacking at the other Honda, that's James Willows, and overtaking him. With the other Honda, James is not being that competitive as his teammate. That's a bit of a surprise. That's a good question. And yes, here is Jack Boyman. Jack Boyman is taking the lead. I completely missed that. So Bryce is not leading anymore, but the other McLaren. As for the title contention, the Renault already has won the Constructor Championship, so there won't be any difference. It won't make any difference if the McLaren driver will win or the Renault driver. Renault has the championship already, and there is an overtake. If I saw correctly, that was Jay McKenzie, but maybe I was a bit wrong about that. I haven't paid attention because I'm continuously calculating the results and calculating the points. Yes, actually, that was Jay McKenzie. It's a bit unusual. It's a bit unusual for me to see some of the drivers being in front who are usually not. But that not goes for Boyman and Bryce, because they have always been in front in the championship. Or if they did not, they were in the top 5 most of the time. One fun fact we could know about this track, that the best overtaking point is the first corner and at the 4th, if we are counting that left full throttle kink at the end of the 2nd corner as a corner. First, the 4th, but basically these are the best overtaking spots on the track. And as we can see, my point is being proven as Joseph Willows is overtaking Azul Zafri. So Zafri is moving a bit backwards, but at the moment I'm paying more attention to Willows, who are making up the positions, and if my calculations are correct and if I've seen it correctly, then he's already behind. Yes, he's already behind Joshua. Many overtakes and position changings are happening in the back of the field. So Willows is already behind the Renault. Only around 2 seconds is the difference, and I think a 2-second stop strategy is the best strategy for today's race. There won't be any problems with the tires because they are using the Bridgestone tires, basically the one. I mean, not all of them are using the Bridgestone tires. Ferrari, the Toyota and the Williams is using them, and of course the Spiker. Ooh, a little mistake by the Ferrari driver into the gravel trap. That's Connor Smith. I'm nearly taking out the Red Bull as he's coming back. That's Connor Smith, basically the teammate of Will Neller. And also Kuba making a little mistake, losing several positions, maybe 2 only. Okay, only 2 positions. He held the Red Bull behind him. 2 mistakes are happening pretty close to each other, and there is Mata. Neller is not having the pace. Mata with the weak Honda is just overtaking him and coming up to a podium position. What's going on with Will Neller? He's not having the pace at all with that Ferrari, and this Ferrari is not so bad. Maybe he has more fuel. That might be the case because Neller started from pole position. Maybe more fuel in the car might have having an effect on him. Even though he's trying to attack Mata back. Going in the inside line, I'm not sure he can brake so late, but he can. He's taking a very short braking point, and but Mata is holding Rani outside. A beautiful battle between the two drivers, and Mata will have the inside line. Maybe he can hold it in the inside, but no, Neller is taking it back. Thanks to that brutal fight, Anderson is behind them. And let's not mistake Joshua Anderson and Julius Anderson. Julius Anderson is also a talented driver who is at the moment fighting in the feeder series, trying to get a chance to get into GP2 at the moment. His race was not so long ago where he finished an excellent 5th, so well done to him. And yes, I was at the point where we're not supposed to confuse these two drivers. There is a similar named driver in the feeder series, and Mata is attacking back. Mata is next to again Will Neller, but Neller is holding Rani outside. He's clinging into that position if his life would depend on that. But he just can't keep up the pace, and he just can't keep up with the drivers. And now Willows is in the back. Willows is in the back, behind Anderson. Okay, Anderson is going in the inside now, breaking the split stream of Willows. Because thanks to that battle between Neller and Mata, they got slowed down so much that Willows already caught up. And in that position, Anderson is still a champion. So he shouldn't be that worried about the whole situation, but he has to move forward. He can't get stuck behind Neller because we don't know. I think Anderson is on a 2-stop strategy, but Neller is on a 1-stop. We will see that at the beginning of the pit stops when we can see the amount of fuel on the racing wheel of the drivers. I mean the steering wheel. Why is it a racing wheel? I mean, it's in a race car and it's a wheel, so it could be a racing wheel, but a steering wheel makes more sense actually. It's a fun fact, Jack Boy still has the fastest lap while I'm trying to figure out my own words, so sorry, not sorry for that. Okay, this area camera is pretty amazing. Wow, okay, just all the cars are black and it's a bit confusing. Okay, this is Anderson. Anderson will overtake Neller by ease. I can't imagine that Neller can hold him up too much. He tries it, but no, he can't. And here comes Willows in the back as well. Let's see if Willows will be stuck behind him. One lap of being stuck might be crucial, and he got stuck behind him for a lap. But Anderson couldn't build up such an amazing gap for his advantage. And now Willows is moving through. No, that was actually another overtake. That's Neller, and that's Andrew Neller actually. The other Neller on the grid. He's having the not so competitive Williams, but he's showing us some moves. And in front of the Super Aguri there is another battle. That's Page Knight and Vase Cuba. Page Knight is not here ever since the season started. He joined at the 6th race, which was Monaco, I think, if my memory is not tricking me. And here's Jack Boyman. Let's see. He pitted at the 22nd lap. This seems like a 2-stop. It would be the best if he would get like fuel for 28 laps or 29, and he could then around the 50th or 51st lap he could pit for the second pit stop and get a bit less fuel than now. Could get a better pace on the others. Let's see how these Michelin tires are able to hold themselves up and how strong these tires are. There is a huge battle between Bridgestone and Michelin's, and for next year there will be only one tire compound, so only Bridgestones there will be, so that tire wall will be out of Formula 1. I will miss it, to be honest. I will really miss it. Another battle, that's James Willows and I just didn't see the name. I'm sorry about that. That was one of the Midlands, I think. Yes. No, that's a Spiker. Sorry, not a Midland. That's actually a Spiker. Yes, exactly. It was a bit unusual to see them here, because my memory was like Spiker Spiker was in 2006 and 2007. Midland had joined, but my memory seems like it tricked me. And Mata is in, so Mata didn't have less fuel than Jack Boyman. That's a bit weird, to be honest. Okay, so Mata is in, and if he's in this lap, then they are on the same strategy with Boyman. So they both have a great chance for podiums, even though Mata started from not from the back of the field, from the midfield basically. But he still is having a good chance. He's coming back to 10th place, I think. Theoretically, he is second now because he is the other person who was in the pits. Smith is making up a position after his big mistake. You know, he was the one who around 17 or 16 laps ago went into the gravel trap. Fortunately, he didn't have any damage. But he had to make up his place again because he lost lots of time.
Let's maintain tyre temperature.
The drivers are getting some instructions from the racing engineers, and here's Mackenzie taking the inside of Zafri. Poor Zafri is moving backwards through the whole race. And Mackenzie is the other Toyota driver who's been here from the very beginning of the season. He was teammates with Trulli, but ever since Knight showed up, they fired Trulli, and yes, and there is a bit of technical issue here in the camera. Even the race control is making an apology here. But that's only the camera, so those cameras weren't so high-tech back at 26 or 2006. I don't really know how to say it, like 2006 or 26, I'm not really sure. But you guys will tell me, right? Like later on. Let's hope you will. Yeah, one of the spikers, who is Sin Cara. Sin Cara, who actually stays with Spiker next season, and the cars they will be different. In the announcement, they said they are going to paint the car orange, so it will look completely different now. I mean, that time, then now, yes. I'm sorry, sometimes I'm not finding the words. Cuba is being behind so much. I don't know. He didn't have any damage, so none of the drivers had any damage this time, and others is giving him a lap immediately. Kuba is trying not to hold him up too much, but this heading up is happening a bit. But like he couldn't go anywhere, so he couldn't just go off the track. This track is not having any asphalted runoff area, only the grass and only the gravel trap. Yes, finally I remember the words. Afri is in the pits as well. The teammates are having such a big difference between them. So like there is Zafri and Kuba, there is Smith and Neller, Bryce and Anderson. So there are so many position difference between them. And some of them weren't in the pits, so I don't really know. This race is mystical and mysterious. These drivers are on a two-stop, like all of them who pitted so far, who will pit on the 40th lap or 41st lap, then maybe they are on a one-stop, but not sure. Not sure about that, just trying to calculate in my head something, and let's hope that calculation will be right. I would never want to give fake informations. So yes, the durability of the Michelin tires is seeming to be good. I mean, seeming to be better than the Bridgestones, all in all. But to be honest, next year, I think next year Toyota, Ferrari and also Williams might be in an advantage because as the tire supplier will be only Bridgestone, they are having experience and they are having the data from them, so this could give them a little bit of a boost next season. And the guys who are in Michelin's right now might need to do a research, as Neller is in the pits now finally. Also Byrne, Evan Byrne and Villeneuve are taking their stops, and even Sato. Basically, the battle between the two drivers are being a little stiff right now, so not much is happening in the front, and not much is happening in the race. Like, some of the drivers are overtaking each other, some of them are holding up each other. But the thing is, Bryce is still leading, and Anderson still haven't pitted, but he will. Yes, or no? No, that's Bryce. I confused them a bit. That's Bryce is pitting because he had barely any fuel, so they counted pretty well. No, that's Anderson actually. Oh my god, sorry. That's Anderson, yes. I missed them completely. Wait, what? They both in the same time? No way! How could have they done that? Of course I'm... Oh my god, of course I missed them, and... Is this Willows? With the McLaren? Yes, this is Joseph Willows. You can't be serious. Of course I was confusing them, because I didn't think both of them will come in at the same time. This is Willows and this is Willows who is taking. Oh, and Anderson have to wait because the mechanics have to go back to the tires. And they have to go back to the fresh tires, to his tires. You can't be serious, and Willows is winning the championship like that. Because Anderson will have such a big disadvantage. And actually they might be on a one stop. I mean 11 seconds. They might be on a one stop actually from that point. What is happening here? How could the Renault do this? How could have they miscalculated it so much, because they had 0.3 laps of fuel remaining. Of course, neither of them could have just stood out more. And if it's a 30-second pit stop, Anderson is out of the points completely. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Like, I literally can't believe it. He might not fall back to Toro Rosso of Niliani. Hopefully. I don't know. But Zafri is overtaking Anderson for sure with the BMW Sauber. And I would suggest a camera switch because it's a bit weird. Okay, he's finally out, thank you. 1 minute and 70 seconds in the pits. Unbelievable. Like, honestly, I don't know what was that. A huge mistake by Renault, and now Anderson must push. Like, he must push as much as he can. Boyman is being in first place. Where is Bryce? Okay, Bryce was in the pits, but like, he still have to pit. Like, Boyman still have to pit. And Connor Smith does the same. I'm speechless. Like, I'm literally speechless. I just don't know what to say after that. 2 points of difference went down. And basically turned the tables completely for the favor of Joseph Willows. These drivers weren't in the pits yet. So Willows is having the theoretical lead. I think yes, so he's having the lead. Sontag is in such a good position at P5. I mean, Sontag is having a pretty good season with S Williams. He's being 7th in the standings. So he's doing a bit more than his car is capable of. Just like what is Mata doing right now. But he was not in the pits yet. Just like Boyman, just like the top 5. The drama has already happened. The biggest question is now if anything else can happen with them, if anything else will influence this race, or everything stays like that. And we will remember this race as the big mistake of the Renault team, because so far, apologize, I say the race is pretty boring, and I wanted a bit more exciting season finale, but this is what we have right now. I already had a big drama, so we can't say that nothing has happened. Zontag is jumping. Yes, Zontag is jumping someone. We are not seeing who yet, but he did jump. Arrival of him. That was Roke. That was George Roke who he jumped. And he has a good chance now with his one stop to get back to the position where he can score points. So the 8th place. And this is Anderson behind him. This is Joshua Anderson behind him. And we will see how aggressive the Renault driver will be. The title is not yet lost. He can still make back the difference. Let's not forget about the Renault and the Ferrari are the two strongest teams this season. Even though McLaren is a second in the championship. Ferrari got unlucky many times, and then later on originally Ferrari was stronger, but later on with the improvements McLaren caught up and pushed back Ferrari into P3 at in the constructor standings. And yeah, McLaren is already having second place, so Renault and McLaren's positions are already how do you say that, graved in the stone? I'm not even sure about this phrase. Well, Boyman is coming back, and probably for the first place, because Mata is in the pits as well. Here comes Bryce, but not sure if he can overtake Boyman or not. No, Boyman will come back to P1. And this is how Boyman is having a great chance to win the race. Here is Bryce behind him. And Matt is coming back to 4th place actually, if Neller is not coming soon. Where is Neller? And there is Joseph Willows, the driver who is having a huge chance to win the title right now. Yes, Mata is coming back to P4. It's a good race by him. And yes, this is Anderson overtook Felix Zontag. It was a bit predictable. With that car and with his skills, it wasn't a question if he staying behind Zontag, but for how long? And this is Anderson in the points now, getting 8th place. This is not enough yet. Zontag is making the same move as Anderson made on him a lap ago. And the lap Toro Rosso is between them. It would be nice if the Toro Rosso would fight with them. But it's not, it's in the lap down, and Connor Smith, no, yes, Connor Smith is overtaking Will Neller. Neller is just not having the pace today. Even his teammate, who didn't have the best race so far, made mistakes, didn't start from the best position, he's overtaking his teammate. At least in the title this will help him a bit, but like he's 6th and Neller is 4th. Anderson again for 7th place now, that's 2 points. Will he have the time to score even more points? I think he will overtake Will Neller. The other Neller got overtaken and he will go for Will. That's 100%. 6th place compared to 3rd place, that's still not enough. Can anything happen for the favor for Anderson? Yes, I said that so slowly. Yes, there is Anderson, he's overtaking Neller, it wasn't a question either. And he must get 5th place in order to win the title. Because there is 6 points. 6 points, yes, 6 points for Joseph Willows. And he's needing 4th place, even 5th place, yes, 5th place. Because at equal points, Anderson is being in an advantage. Because he has more podiums. They have the same wins, but he has more podiums, so he will have the advantage on him. One more position, and Anderson is winning the title. Where is the 5th place driver at the moment? While we are seeing Zontag overtaking Neller, but I think that's not really important. And Neller is coming into the pits again. Ferrari messed up completely with the strategy. Classic Ferrari. I'm sorry to say that, but it was such a bad strategy. Ever since 2005, they are just struggling in the sport. Even though they have improved a lot compared to 2005, but as for strategy wise, and the other there is in the pits as well, but two, yeah, where the two relatives are in the pits now, and neither of them will score any points. That's a big disappointment for a winner who started from pole position. And I mean, the pit stop time is good, but he at least he can try to do the fastest lap. And many other drivers are in the pits as well, like, and Zafri is stopping because you have to wait. And Kellen Bryce! Kellen Bryce is out! But that means Willows is coming up a position as well. What happened with Kellen Bryce? It's a big crash. And maybe Ferrari didn't mess up because the other drivers are coming into the pits as well. But he could have decided this championship, but he did not because he was retiring in front of Willows. So the Red Bull driver, who is Evan Byrne, forcing him into the wall completely. And Bryce was the only one who could have won the championship for his teammate, but no, he's colliding with the Toro Rosso, and Bryce is out from the race. This is supposed to be his day, the great podium result, but no, here is Joseph Willows. Because if the Ferrari in front of Anderson is retiring, then maybe that time he could have done so much better. But Bowman is making a little bit of mistake, or it wasn't a mistake, but lapping with Antonio Liuzzi. And yes, actually Ferrari didn't mess up with the strategy. Yeah, Boyman is having a problem! Boyman is losing his front wing, not completely, but partially. I don't know if Boyman is still having the lead and having the difference compared to Yuri Mata to still win this, but I think Mata has to come into the pits as well. Jack Boyman is losing the first half of the front wing, and I mean half of the front, not the first half, but the half of the front wing. And as I can see, something happened between him and Liuzzi as he was trying to lap Liuzzi. He went next to him, and no, he misjudged the braking point completely. Let's not forget, Liuzzi was braking a bit too soon as well, but Boyman shouldn't have risked that much. He's coming back to first place. Here comes Jiri Mata, who is on a one stop, so Jiri Mata might take the lead here. He has to pit as well. Fuel is low for him, that's what the dash is saying. Mata is taking the lead, but for how long? For 1 or 2 laps. Who knows? Who knows about that? That's one thing, that Boyman had such a great speed throughout the whole race that even this little accident didn't endanger his win at the last race. And what can I say? Oh, by the way, the text is wrong because Boyman is out from the pits already. And in the last 4 laps we are having drama again. Nothing really happened throughout this whole race, but the last 4 laps are giving us the drama what we wanted or what we needed. I'm not really sure about that. But Boyman on the fresher tires will catch Mata, and even if Mata is not pitting, Boyman will win this race easily. Here he's already defending, but I don't think there is any point of defending because he's going to pit this lap, or if not this lap then the next lap, because the fuel won't be enough. Okay, maybe now. Oh my god, Mata nearly taking out Jack Boyman from the race. The same kind of movement what the Red Bull did on Kellen Bryce. Basically Byrne took out Bryce. Oh my god, nearly the same. And Joseph Willows is here, getting actually second place. And where is Anderson? It's no matter where is Anderson actually. And Willows is having the fastest lap. If Willows is not retiring from this race, is 100% he's winning the title. That double stack by Renault ripped Joshua's not standings, but like chances to completely losing the title from here at this point. And he can't overtake Smith and Mata because he had such a big disadvantage compared to them. He was standing for so long in the pace that he didn't have a chance. Mata is going to have a 3rd place and score a podium, which is a great result. Also a great result from Connor Smith, whose race was a bit rocky. but somehow he got it together. He was a bit lucky because, and likewise Mata, because Bryce and Anderson fell out from in front of them. But you know, it you can't tell it's only luck. Like, you had the pace, they had to do the pace, and Jack Boyman another fastest lap. He's wanting to win this race. He don't want his teammate Joseph Willows, who is going to be probably the first GP4 OC champion. He doesn't want his teammate to win this race from him. Even though he could give this win for him, he won't. Here is Jack Boyman. Um, I think he was the best driver today. Even though he didn't fight for the championship, his pace was amazing. His tire management was also amazing. These Michelins are durable. We can see that at least this weekend, because for the Michelin drivers there wasn't any problems for the tire durability. And also I have to say that the Bridgestone tire manufacturer did a great job as well, because Connor Smith is there at the 4th place, and without the tires these cars are not able to move anywhere, so the tires are very important for the cars as well. But let's talk about Jack Boyman, who is winning the last race of the first ever GP4 OC season, the 2006 season. Here comes Jack Boyman winning the last race. And let's talk about Joseph Willows. He's setting the fastest lap for the last time, Jack Boyman. But let's talk about Joseph Willows this time, because he is going to be the 2006 GP4 Offline Champion. Here comes, he might even left the Red Bull, and here is Joseph Willows winning the title fight, and he can be very proud of himself, and he will be very happy with that result, and we are very proud of him. And here is Joshua Anderson, whose race was messed up by his team, a 5th place and the runner-up position for the season. And this was Anderson's probably last season in top tier so far, because for 2007 he won't have the seat. We will see if Anderson will come back later on for the series, but for his first and in his last season he couldn't cling into the title, but Joseph Willows did, and Willows will stay with McLaren, and for the 2007 season he's having a great chance again to get the title again, or at least any good positions, because I think the McLaren will be similarly good, if not better. So as we can see the result, Jack Boyman had won, Joseph Willows 2nd, Jiri Mata with an excellent 3rd, same goes to Connor Smith and 4th, Joshua Anderson 5th, Felix Zontag 6th, Joe Rogue 7th, and Will Neller is taking the last point position. Andrew Neller, Jay McKenzie and James Willows are closing the first 11 positions, and Jack Boyman has the fastest lap, as we could see. The others are Page Knight, Azul Zafri, Adam Wolf, Evan Bird, Takuma Sato, Neil Yani, Weiss Kuba, Sin Cara, Vit Antonio, Lizzy, Frank Montani, and Kevin Bryce. Unfortunately, he retired from the race. That's well, I feel so much sorry for him for that thing happened. And here is the final title standings. Joseph Willows won by 2 points over Joshua Anderson. They arrived by 2 points of advantage for Joshua, and now they are leaving with 2 points of advantage to Joseph Willows. Kevin Bryce is 3rd, and here is the rest of the field. Actually, Rogue jumped Yani at the last race thanks to this great position. And we will see the Constructors' Championship as well soon enough. It was actually a pretty decent race. It wasn't that amazing, but it was full of drama at the last 4 laps. Not to mention that big Renault drama with the basically holding up Josh. I still don't understand how did that happen. It's just so shocking and so weird. It is a Constructors' Championship. Everything stood how it was. So Renault, McLaren, Ferrari, Honda, Williams, Toyota, BMW, Red Bull, Renault with Ferrari engines, the Scuderia Toro Rosso with Cosworth engines, the Midland, and the Aguri, Super Aguri, which was named Spiker, by the way, but okay, that's a bit weird. So, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys in 2007. I was Miklas Gal, but for now, goodbye.